Hey everyone, it's afternoon right now for me. Welcome to yoga. Welcome to yoga. This is going to be a 1 hour power flow practice. So you can start in child's pose or anywhere that you like to begin. I'm going to read a short little piece of Glennon Doyle's Untamed book because it's good. All right, so just start to settle wherever you are, whether you're seated, eyes closed, child's pose. Somewhere still, perhaps at the beginning. And just start noticing what's going on inside, what thoughts are coming up, what sensations or feelings or emotions are showing up. And just know that this is a space to let things come up and through and out. This is a time to process, let go. So especially if you're doing this at home, you can, I know in a pandemic, if we're in class, it's hard to, you can't really sigh and lip putter and lion's breath, but if you're in your own space, you can. So really do what you need to do today, just to center, find a little bit more of you in there. All right, so from here, if you'd like to, before I start reading, if you'd like to move into some cat and cow or just starting to stretch out your body and see what needs opening today, you can go for it. So from Untamed, we are alive only to the degree to which we are willing to be annihilated. Our next life will always cost us this one. If we are truly alive, we are constantly losing who we just were, what we just built, what we just believed, what we just knew to be true. I'll read that one more time. We are alive only to the degree to which we are willing to be annihilated. Our next life will always cost us this one. If we are truly alive, we are constantly losing who we just were, what we just built, what we just believed, what we just knew to be true. And so when I think about that, I just think that, you know, if you came into practice with any notions of what your class was going to look like, or your abilities on your yoga mat, whether, you know, clarity or strength or flexibility, if we are constantly letting go of what came behind or what came before us, when you're showing up now and today, you have no idea what the practice will look like. And so I really invite you to move from that place of annihilating what was, what we used to be, what we used to believe, and just being here. All right, so come into down dog. And if you haven't already started to find your Ujjayi breath, start to bring in your breath. And if it feels good to lift up your heels or bend your knees or drop your hips to one side or the other, really feel free to start to explore and see what your body needs right now. Maybe it's stillness. Maybe you just want to be here and breathe. From down dog, shift forward to high plank. So in high plank, start with melting your chest between your shoulder blades. And then like you were spinning two lids out, so your left hand out to the left and right hand out to the right, that engages your rotator cuff muscles, and then find neutral. So then press into your hands, lift your back enough so it's between your shoulder blades and your spine is in neutral. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows and lower all the way to your mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale for cobra, low, medium, or high. You can be still or you can move. You can keep your hands under your shoulders, or if you'd like to take finger stand cobra, you're more than welcome. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes and then either through high plank or tabletop and child's pose, press your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to your right hand. Set your base for high lunge. So right knee bent, back heel over top of your back toes, and then lift your arms up. Take an inhale in your high lunge. Warrior Two on your exhale. Spin your back heel down parallel to the short edge of your mat. You want your knee tracking over your second toe in your right leg. And then if you want to really go deep and you got a lot of energy, your right thigh can come parallel to your mat. If you're feeling a little less energetic, you can be at a bit more of an angle, your call. Exalted Warrior Two, left arm to left thigh. Right arm takes you into a side bend. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. Step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And this is where you can lip putter or sigh. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot to your left hand. Set your base for high lunge. Take your time, no rush. We're gonna go slow in this first one. And then when you're ready, lift your arms up. As much as possible, just to work the range in your big toe joint, lift up your right heel to stack over your right toes, if that feels okay. Take an inhale. Exhale, Warrior Two. Back heel down, left hip spiraling underneath you, left knee pressing out over your second toe. Exalted Warrior Two, right hand to right thigh. Move at your own pace, no rush. Go slow enough to feel when to stop, when to pause and spend a few breaths, when to keep going. Inhale in Exalted Warrior Two. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. Step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, look to the top of your mat. On your exhale, you can step or hop there. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way back down to your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale, step or hop back. You can handstand or crow pose if you'd like to. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot to right hand. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, Exalted Warrior Two. Exhale, hands to your mat, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot to left hand. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exalted warrior two. Exhale, hands to your mat, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you arrive. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, fold to your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot to right hand. Set your base for high lunge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exalted warrior two. Exhale, hands to your mat, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot to left hand. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exalted warrior two. Exhale, hands to your mat, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Sometimes it may feel good to shake out your head. Or you can lip putter. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you arrive. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, fold to your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra up dog. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. One more sun salutation like that. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot to right hand. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exalted warrior two. Exhale, hands plant to your mat, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot to left hand. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, exalted warrior two. Exhale, plant your hands to your mat, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Couple breaths here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you arrive. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up. Exhale, fold to your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to your right hand. High lunge. Hold it here. Take your right hand, clasp your left wrist like this, and then pull yourself into a side bend. So you pull your left arm over to your right side. If you prefer to bring your hand to your hip, you can. Any kind of side opening here. Take an inhale. On your exhale, twist, left elbow outside your right thigh. So you can keep your right hand to your hip or low back, and then left hand to heart, or if you'd like to bring your hands to prayer, you can. You can also bring your back knee down. And then you look over your right shoulder. If you've got variations here, whether you're binding or spreading wings or arm balancing, it's all yours. Full cycle of breath. Inhale. Stay, exhale. On your inhale, unwind. Plant your hands inside your right leg. And then I'm right beside a window, so this might be a bit tricky for me. But with a straight right leg, you want to press your right leg, oh, I got it, all the way back to a square hipped three-legged dog. So we're going to go back and forth here. So inhale, your right foot touches outside your right hand. Exhale, three-legged dog. Straight leg all the way up and back. One more. Right foot outside right hand. And then back to three-legged dog. Release your right foot to your mat. You can hold it here, or if you'd like to vinyasa or rest, you go for it. Or play. Always free to play too. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot to your left hand. Set your base for high lunge, and then rise up. And work on tacking, I don't know if you saw my adjustment here, but work on tacking your left hip back. For your side bend, whether your left hand clasps your right wrist and you pull up and over to the side, or whether you bring your hand to your side, your left hand to your left hip is your call. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist, right elbow outside left thigh. So you can keep it kind of, sometimes I like to keep it like this, or you can bring your hands to prayer, back knee up or down. Any kind of twisting motion here is welcome. Full cycle of breath. Inhale. Hold, exhale. On your inhale, unwind. Plant hands inside your left leg. If your back knee is down, lift it up. And then with a straight left leg, all the way back to three-legged dog. So we're going to do two more like that. Inhale, left foot touches outside left hand. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, left foot outside left hand. Exhale, three-legged dog. Left foot releases. And then you choose how to spend your next few breaths. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to your right hand. Set your base for high lunge, and then rise up. You're going to bend your left knee and hover it off of the earth. Keep pulling and tacking your right hip back. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got my right hand on my right hip, my thumb in my hip crease, just to make sure I'm pulling it back. And then bring your left knee all the way down. Reach your left hand for your left foot. Your right hand can go to your right thigh or anywhere else, excuse me, that it feels good. Release, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. And we're gonna set up for crow pose. So you plant your hands, shoulder distance. I like to start with my feet touching. Lift my heels, bend my knees, and cross. So if my forearms are parallel, my knees are gonna cross over like that at an angle, or my shins, I should say. And then you create a ledge with your triceps and you start tipping forward. You can always use pillows or blocks or something under your head, so then you lean your head into that, and then you've got a base to lift your toes from. If you're in crow and you'd like to hop back to chaturanga or work into other variations, that can go into headstand or handstand. Single-legged crow, you go for it. If you would like to flow and take a vinyasa between sides, by all means, now is the time. And then going back to the theme from the beginning of class, inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot to your left hand. Rise up for high lunge. Notice when you have preconceived ideas about your ability in class. So, are you you can do crow pose, or you can't do crow pose, or you're too flexible for this, or you're not strong enough for that, or you're not flexible enough. If we're going with this theme of constantly annihilating what's going on, now bend your right knee to hover off of your mat. Then we don't show up with preconceived notions. We just show up and we have no idea what to expect. It's like the first time that you showed up for yoga, you didn't know what you were capable of. Right knee comes all the way down. Bend your back leg, right hand to right foot for a thigh stretch. And then your left hand does whatever you'd like. You stay there. I'm just going to move. I don't know if you can see the reflection, but I've got a big reflection here. Go with it. All right, release. Down dog. So from here, if you know and have crow pose, you can work on hopping into crow pose. I haven't done this in ages, so we'll see. So you can either shoot your knees forward to crow. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Or if you have a bit of a handstand balance, you can hop up and then lower down. And otherwise, you just take another set of crow. Play where you're at or with what you want to. So it's not about doing what I'm teaching exactly, but if you're feeling light and playful, maybe it's doing something else. Maybe it's just choosing something you love in this downtime between sides. From down dog, lift your left leg up, and you're gonna hop your right foot to the top of your mat for standing split. So your left leg is super straight, it's your lever. You're gonna bend your right knee, and as many hops as it takes, hop your right foot, top of your mat. Inhale, find length in your chest, and then exhale, bow over your leg for standing splits. So you can have both hands on your mat or fingertips. You can have one or both hands behind your right ankle. If you'd like to play with some handstands here, you can go for that too. All right, you're gonna curl into a bit of a ball. So you're gonna bend your left knee and your right knee, and then peel yourself open into half moon pose. So you're gonna start to stack your left side on your right, peeling your left side up and reaching your left arm either to your hand to hip or left arm into the sky. You can float your right hand if you'd like to. Flex your left foot, reach up through the tips of your left fingers. If you would like to take Ardha Chandra Japasana, bend your left foot, left hand grabs the outside edge of your foot, and then you press your left leg back as much as possible, parallel to the mat. Hold it here. For Exalted Warrior Two, release your left foot, step it all the way to the back of your mat. Well, that took a few steps for me. Left arm to left thigh, right arm into the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. Lift up your back heel, and you're gonna step your right foot back a little bit. So kind of like you're going back into a standing L or standing splits. You're gonna lift your left leg into the sky, bend your knee, and we're working into single-legged crow. So you're gonna start bending your elbows and your left knee is gonna plant on top of your left elbow. So you need 90 degrees and in your arms. And then you start playing with lifting your right leg up. Maybe you press it back behind you. When you're done, release. We'll meet in down dog. This time, lift your right leg to the sky. So your right leg is straight, your hips are square, and you're bending your left knee. Yeah, you got your lever happening. You're gonna hop your left foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, standing splits. Right leg high, bow your chest. All right, for half moon, you're gonna bend everything in. So you're gonna kind of curl in a little bit, plant your left fingertips underneath your left shoulder in front of your left foot, and then start peeling your right side open on top of your left. Right heel, your foot is flexed, your heel is reaching back behind you. If you would like Ardha Chandra Chapasana, bend your knee into your chest, grab the outside edge of your right foot, and then press your right leg back behind you. For Exalted Warrior Two, release your right foot and step it all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale your left arm to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands to your mat. You're gonna step your left foot back so that you're kind of coming into a standing L here. Hands are shoulder distance. Bend your right knee. Your heel almost touches your hip as much as you can. And then you start bending your elbows. Plant your right knee on top of your right elbow. And you gotta lean forward enough to get 90 degrees in your arms. Then you play with lifting your left leg. You can also play with switching sides. When you're done, you're done. You can flow, rest, hold steady, your call. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot to right hand. Spin your back heel down for Warrior Two. Inhale to rise. Notice where you're holding tension. Oftentimes it's like neck, shoulders, jaw. Sometimes I like to just move my jaw around or shake out my shoulders to remind myself to chill out there. Exalted Warrior Two. So we've been here a few times already. This time take your left hand around your back to grab the front of your right hip. Now if you can only grab your shirt or the top of your shorts or something, go for it. That's just grab onto something. And then what I like to do with my left hand is pull that external opening there. So you pull your top of your right thigh over. For extended side angle, you can keep your left hand where it is, or you can take any other variation, but you lean your right arm forward, and then option one is forearm to thigh, and then option two is yours. There's probably millions of different variations here. And if your left arm doesn't feel good, you can release it either beside your ear or into a bind or wherever you want to take it. All right, you're gonna release your left arm, windmill up, straighten your right leg, and then you're gonna bring your left hand behind again, and pulling your right hip back, you're gonna then reach into triangle pose. But first, so as your hips press back, your right arm reaches for the top corner of the room. And so if you look at my right side, it's pretty long. So we're going for length. You pull, see my left hand, pull down and reach with your right. So pull down with your left, reach far with your right. And then you can release your right hand down into any triangle variation. You can keep your left hand where it is, or you can release it. All right, you're gonna release your hands inside your right leg. Walk your right foot out to the right a bit. Lift up your back heel. So this variation, you're gonna bow your chest forward and down. Your hips go high. And you bow your chest as low as you can. If you'd like to bring your right hand behind your right ankle, you can. You press your right hand into your ankle to get as much of your right shoulder behind your right leg as you can. You can tent fingertips off of your mat. You can let your head hang. You can also clasp your hands behind your low back. Your right hand would grab your left wrist in that case. Uh-oh, falling. All right, you can stay there another few breaths. If you'd like Kundanyasana, you're gonna plant your hands shoulder distance, glue your right leg to your right upper arm, press into your hands to lift your right foot up, then you chaturanga. Bend your elbows, and then maybe you start tipping forward. And I've been teaching outdoor yoga recently, and you talk about how you basically kiss the grass. Your face gets close to the earth in Kundanyasana. You got to find that tipping balancing point. So yeah, if you're pressing off your back toes, maybe your cheek touches the grass or touches your mat. From down dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot between your hands. For Warrior Two, back heel down, inhale to rise. For Exalted Warrior Two, right hand to right thigh, left arm reaches up and back, and then bring your right hand around your back to the front of your left hip, and then grab where you can. And if you can reach your left thigh, pull yourself into your external opening. So you grab the inside of your thigh and you pull out and back. For extended side angle, you can keep your right hand where it is or release it. Left forearm to left thigh. And notice if you start to sink, especially if you're feeling a bit tired, you might bring your ear towards your shoulder. Make sure to press down so your ear is away from your shoulder. And at any point, you can release your right hand if it feels better somewhere else. All right. Press into your left foot, maybe windmill your arms, straight left leg to set up for triangle. So bring your right hand around your back to the front of your left hip again, and then use that connection to pull your hips back while you reach your left arm to the top corner of the room, finding length in your left side. And then release your left hand. For the more traditional triangle, you can keep your right hand as it is or release it. Release your hands inside your left foot. Walk your left foot out. Lift up your back heel. And you can, I'm actually even shortening my stance a little. And then I bow my chest inside of my left leg, lifting my hips high and bowing my chest. Maybe left hand grabs behind your left ankle and presses into it. Maybe not. Maybe you tent fingertips to the wood off of your mat or whatever you have underneath your mat. Maybe you bind behind your back, but it's your call how far you go and where you go. You know, more strength building or balancing or stretching. So you can either hold that longer if you'd like to work the arm balance, Kundalini. Plant your hands, shoulder distance. Left leg to left upper arm, press into your hands to help lift your left leg, and then you bend your elbows. Maybe you straighten your left leg, and then tip forward. Sometimes you just release all the way down. That happens too, it's all good. The idea is just to let go and play. Let yoga teach us how to annihilate our ideas, our beliefs, our expectations, what we thought. And just be here. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to your right hand. Rise up for high lunge. Inhale. For eagle arms, wrap your left arm underneath your right. You can hold shoulders if that feels better, or you can bind your arms. If you would like to come into a back bend, you lift the tips of your elbows and start to look up. It can be a little back bend or a deeper back bend or no back bend. We're going to work into full eagle. So press off your back toes. You're going to stack your left thigh over top of your right. Now I've got some hip things going on, so I'm not going to take that variation. This is where eagle would go. An alternative is to stack your left ankle over top of your right thigh, standing figure four, so either's fine. If you're in eagle and you would like to bow your chest, bring your elbows in front of your knees, you're welcome to find sleeping eagle. And then slowly rise up. Whoa. Bring your left knee to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, left foot to your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, full to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. So we're just going to set up here again. Actually, you know what? Come onto your forearms. You can bring your hands to prayer or your forearms can be parallel, your call. So you're in a forearm plank here. From here, walk your toes towards your elbows. Find dolphin. So you press in this, you press your chest back towards your legs. So if this does not feel good or you're not finding enough of a stretch, you could be in down dog. You could also be in Anahatasana, I call it heart chakra pose. So your hips are over your knees. I'm doing it here. You walk your hands out in front of you, and then either you can bring your forehead or your chin down. And once your elbows come down, if you want to bring your hands into prayer and release that behind you, that's another really nice shoulder opener. And then however you'd like to make your way back to down dog, it's your call. You got a few breaths. From dog. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot to left hand. Inhale, high lunge. Wrap your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms this time, so right under left. And then if you took it into a back bend on the other side, or you would like to here, go for it or not. Sometimes it feels good to like round forward and see what's going on. So any kind of eagle arms stretch here. All right, from here, you're gonna press and rise into full eagle. So option one, stack right thigh over top of left. And you're in full eagle, maybe rock toes behind calf or not. Option two, right ankle stacked over top of left thigh. And if you have arm balance variations or forward folds, etc., sleeping eagle, you bring in what serves today, what serves right now. Reminding yourself that like, what would happen? What would you do if you didn't know options? If you'd never done yoga before? You know, you didn't know that there was a sleeping eagle or Ekapatagalavasana, and you just were gonna play and explore. What would that look like? Slowly rise up. Right knee to center, inhale. Exhale, right foot releases to your mat. Release your hands to your sides. Stand tall, reach up through the top of your head and root down through your feet. Find steady breath. You can stay here longer, as long as you need. If you're ready to move, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold to your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank into forearm plank again. So you come onto your forearms. So you can either do this plank variation. You can hold it as long as you'd like. You can walk your toes in towards your elbows, find Dolphin Pose, or if you'd like Pinchamayurasana, whether or not you can, if you know how to get into it, just go for it. If you don't, we'll just do the prep for it. So you lift your right leg, we'll take 5 breaths here. So it's like 3-legged dog, but on your forearms. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your right foot. Lift your left leg up. And if you're going to go upside down, eventually, you can always do this with a wall behind you. Your head is not touching down in this. You can kick up. And if you've got a wall behind you, then you can touch it with your foot. When you're done, you release. Whether you want to flow or rest or just hold dog is yours to decide. We're going to do a little bit of core. So from down dog, you can hop or step to seated or through into Navasana boat pose. So options. Number 1, you can grab, I always actually like to grab the back of my legs to find a flat back. You can hold this here or you can reach your arms out. You can also extend your legs. I'm not going to today. Find steady. If you had no preconceived notions about strength, what would happen? Would that change your thought pattern, what you choose to do? Take an inhale. Exhale, low boat. Inhale up. High boat. Take an inhale. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Cross your ankles, plant your fingertips or hands or blocks in front of your hips. And then you want to try lifting your hips up. Maybe you can try lifting your toes too. And then come back into it. Boat pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Cross your opposite ankle, lean forward, plant hands, lift hips. Maybe try tapping your toes. And then one more set. Take an inhale. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Cross your ankles, lean forward. You can either try sweeping back to chaturanga or down dog, or you can just roll over your shins, plant your hands, step it back, down dog. One last chance for a vinyasa if you'd like it, or for playtime. Inhale forward to high plank. We'll do a little bit of a hold here. Take an inhale. Exhale as slowly as you'd like. Lower all the way onto your belly and roll over onto your back. Plant your feet for bridge or wheel. So your feet are hip distance and parallel. You can touch your heels with your fingertips. Then press into your feet, lift your hips up. You can roll your shoulders underneath you to clasp hands. Take an inhale. Release your hands, lower your spine on your exhale. Just one breath, full deep inhale. Full deep exhale. On your inhale, rise back up. Maybe you take full wheel this time. You plant your hands underneath your shoulders, fingertips facing your feet. Next step, keeping your feet parallel, they like to turn out. If your wrists touch the earth, you can try pressing to the top of your head. If that feels good, you can press all the way up. If it doesn't feel good, you go back. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift your heels, lower your hips. One steady breath, inhale. Exhale. Last one, press into your feet, lift your hips. And then bridge or wheel. If you've got variations, like some variations in bridge or wheel, is you could lift your right leg up, or you could put your right ankle over your left quad. If you're doing something that's one-sided, switch sides. Take an inhale where you are. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And then come back to center. Plant your right ankle over top of your left thigh for thread the needle. You clasp your hands behind your left thigh. If you've got another hip stretch that you prefer, or you could turn this into baby cradle. Take a stretch that you need right now. For me, I like to straighten my left leg and reach my hands for my calf. That gives me a deeper and different stretch. So release your left foot back to your mat. Your right foot is on your right thigh. So all you're going to do here, actually two options. So you can release your right foot over to the left. Sometimes that's a bit of a nice hip and twist stretch. If you prefer a deeper twist, you can find eagle legs, right thigh over top of left thigh, hips slightly to the right, and then knees over to the left. And then you look over your right shoulder. Come back to center, untangle your legs, neutralize your spine for thread the needle, other side, left ankle over top of your right thigh. Clasp your hands behind your right hamstring. And work to keep your right thigh or right leg in line with your right shoulder. And then take your variations. If you're not quite done your stretch, you hold it longer. If you're ready for your twist, you plant your right foot back on the earth. Your left foot is still on top of your right thigh. And then you would simply, over to the right, lower your left foot. And if you're taking the eagle twist, your left thigh would land on top of your right thigh. Then you would reach your hips a bit over to the left and then lower your knees over to the right. Excuse me. Release. Come back to center, and just briefly, if you want a neutralizing posture such as happy baby or Viparita Karani. Some folks, I like the shaky Viparita Karani. You just shake out your hands and legs. Some people like to hug themselves into a tight ball. When you're ready, release for Savasana. Reach your legs and arms out. I like to sigh and to start this process of letting go. Let your body feel heavy. Let it relax. Let go of your conscious breath. And even your thoughts, let them either feel heavy and sink into the earth, or let them feel light and float away like the clouds. Notice if and where you're holding on, perhaps in your temples or your jaw. And even work to let go in those spaces. We are alive only to the degree to which we are willing to be annihilated. Our next life will always cost us this one. If we are truly alive, we are constantly losing who we just were, what we just built, what we just believed, what we just knew to be true. Begin to deepen your breath. And bring some movement into your body to wake it up. In your own time, in your own way. Eventually, rise to seated with your eyes closed and your hands comfortably placed in your lap. Bring your hands to prayer. Thank you for sharing in this practice. I hope you have some beautiful moments today. Namaste. Thanks, yogis. Let me know if you have any questions. On Instagram, I'm at deb.purcell, deb.purcell. On Facebook, I'm Deb Purcell Yoga. My email is purcelldeb@gmail.com. So if you've got questions or want to chat, shoot me a message. Thanks. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.